Hi, my name is Jacob Schuler, and I am presenting the material polypropylene. Plastic is a common material that is used throughout the world because of its low cost and high durability. Just think of all the different materials that we use on a daily basis that consist of plastic. There's plastic bottles, containers, toys, and many other products that are made from plastic. And to be even more precise, these plastic products are made up of polypropylene. Polypropylene was created in 1954 when two chemists, Carl Ziegler and Giulio Natta, polymerized propylene. This plastic soon became popular when created for its many uses as structural plastics and fiber plastics. One use for polypropylene is as a fabric for clothes. To begin this process of making a fabric, first the monomer propylene is extracted from crude oil in its gaseous form. This monomer propylene is then subjected to a process called polymerization. During polymerization, there has to be a catalyst, typically Ziegler-Natta or a metallocene catalyst, in order for the reaction to occur. The manufacturer will set the polymer grade to be produced, which then sets the conditions of temperature, pressure, and reactant concentrations. There are two processes that exist to produce polypropylene: a liquid phase process and a gas phase process. The gas phase process is widely popular because it is economical, flexible, and can use many different catalysts in the reaction. Propylene is a part of the hydrocarbon group, which means it is made up of carbon and hydrogen. Propylene has the chemical structure of CH2 double bonded to CH bonded to CH3. During polymerization, the double bond is broken up, which means there are two open bonds on each side of the propylene molecule, which allows many propylene molecules to link together to form a polymer. The melting point of commercial polypropylene is about 165 degrees Celsius. Polypropylene is the safest of the plastics to use when it comes to food and beverage storage because it has a high tolerance for heat and will not leach into products when exposed to hot water or hot temperatures. Other plastics, when exposed to high temperatures, will tend to deform and slowly leak chemicals into its surroundings. This would not be healthy or safe for consumer use, which is why most food and drink manufacturers choose polypropylene when storing their products. Polypropylene and plastics are different than most materials. It is not crystalline in structure, but is rather amorphous. This means that the material might have a defined shape, but it lacks the order and organization that crystalline materials have at the atomic level. Most industrial polypropylene is made up of 30 to 60% crystallinity. The rest of the polypropylene structure consists of amorphous properties, allowing the material to flex and bend under stress. Polypropylene can endure a lot of stress before it fails, and it has a ductility of 100 to 600%, and it has a yield strength of 31 to 37.2 megapascals. The modulus of elasticity, while in flux, is between 1.7 to 2.5 gigapascals. Polypropylene typically has a Rockwell hardness of anywhere from 800 to 110. It also has a density of 0.90 grams per milliliter. These characteristics show that polypropylene is quite durable and can be subjected to a good amount of stress considering that polypropylene is lightweight. The price of polypropylene is around $0.45 per pound, but that cost tends to vary depending on the price of oil because polypropylene is oil-based and the price of oil fluctuates daily. Polypropylene is a rather inexpensive plastic to produce, which is another reason why it is popular in the food and drink industry, clothing industry, and packaging industry. Because polypropylene is used in so many products, especially one-use products like packaging labels, it is hard to recycle all of the polypropylene products. Polypropylene is recycled at a rate of less than 1% for post-consumer recovery. This means that around 99% of basic consumer products that are made up of polypropylene are thrown into the garbage rather than be recycled. Polypropylene packaging materials, for example, have a short lifespan and ends up in most landfills, where it takes anywhere from 20 to 30 years for the material to fully decompose. There are 5 basic steps to effectively recycle polypropylene, and they are collection, sorting, cleaning, melting, and lastly, produce new materials. To begin, all of the recycled polypropylene is collected and then sorted based off of how worn the material is and the type of grade the material is. After that, the material is then cleaned and then melted to about 500 degrees Fahrenheit to remove any contaminant molecules. Once the base polypropylene is all that is left, it is then transformed into tiny pellets, which can be remelted and formed with other materials to create new products. This process eliminates a lot of waste put back into the environment, but it still requires a lot of fuel and energy to repurpose the material back into the market. Even after recycling and repurposing the polypropylene materials, it is still hard to sell to companies because virgin polypropylene can end up being cheaper than the recycled polypropylene. Not only that, but certain manufacturers want to build their products using virgin polypropylene because it can be stronger and last longer than most recycled polypropylene products. Overall, plastics will continue to be a large part of society because of its low material cost, low manufacturing costs, and its good durability. However, with the rise of global warming and pollution to the oceans and air, plastic production needs to be reconsidered. Polypropylene is mostly created for one-time use, and then after, it is disposed of and takes a while for it to naturally decompose back into the environment. Recycled polypropylene needs to be encouraged by manufacturers and by the government in order to make sure the environment is protected and so that polypropylene will have enough resources in order to continue production because oil is not renewable and will eventually run out. Thank you all for watching.